My name is Jo.
Come take a ride with me, Dush.
So from our kitchen to yours, easy dishes that can be made very quickly.
In that they're completely rustic, also so pleasing, and extremely indulgent.
We hope you enjoy it. Welcome to Homemade. I'm Jo and this is my kitchen. So today I'm going to be making a dish that has two elements. We'll do a flatbread and to go with that a butter chicken. Flatbread, actually I call it a lazy flatbread because it is a lazy flatbread. All you need is 3 ingredients. What I have here is 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder. I've just added that. And the third element you need is half a cup of yogurt. I'm just going to add that. So this is for the flatbread. Just fold it in lightly and the dough will just form on its own. It's that easy. Can you see how the yogurt is just bringing everything together? So this is relatively healthy as well. After a little bit of mixing, I'm just going to switch to my hands. How that ball of dough has formed beautifully. I'm just going to set this aside for 10 minutes. What I have here is 400 grams of chopped up chicken breast. To this I have already added salt and pepper. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of turmeric, chili powder. Just mix that together. Set it aside for 5 minutes. Regularly, for a regular butter chicken, you would need either an overnight marinade with yogurt or at least a couple of hours of marinade with some, generally it's yogurt. But we don't have time to do that kind of thing now because everyone is in a rush. So I've tried to include some other ingredients that will cut out the marinade. Leave this aside for 5 minutes and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to a hot non-stick pot. This is butter chicken after all, so don't hold back on the butter. Grab your chicken and add it here. Just cook it until it's a little brown and until the butter is coated. That's a good thing with chicken breast. It cooks fast, you don't need a lot of time. So all you need to do if you are a person who's busy the entire day and you have just 20-30 minutes to put a meal together, all you need to do is thaw your chicken the night before and you're good to go. And just let that cook. If you look at this, the turmeric is bringing out a gorgeous yellow color in the chicken. Just cook that for 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to knock this off and remove the chicken to a fresh bowl. This a little bit of butter and pan juice left, just let that be. So I'm going to switch the fire on again. So as you can see, there is a little bit of some gorgeous juices actually. 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic, and 1 small onion. And just stir that around in the butter. Onion absorbs the butter fast, so if you feel like it's drying out a bit, just add a little more butter. I'm going to add a little more salt, just half a teaspoon, half a teaspoon more of the turmeric, depending on how hot you like your food. I like my food very hot. Another half teaspoon of chili powder, and here is where the cumin and the garam masala comes in. Half teaspoon of garam masala and another half of cumin. So that will sort your flavors out to a great extent. If you look at my pot, you can see how the garlic and the onion and the ginger has just browned beautifully and absorbed all the flavors that we just put in. Yeah, is just get some fresh tomatoes, boil them for 10 minutes and then blitz it in a blender. So I'm just going to add this. That should go. Stir that around a bit. Half a cup of water. And about a 3/4 cup of full cream. So here's something interesting. If you want to leave the cream out, if you think, okay, full cream is a little much for a weekday meal, by all means leave it out. I have made this dish even with low-fat milk. Don't add so much because it becomes watery. Just maybe 1/4 cup of low-fat milk just to give that color. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, just look at that color, it's yellowy orange. To this, add your chicken. So leave this on for about 3 or 4 minutes and add your chicken. So while the butter chicken is simmering away, that needs about 10 to 15 minutes. That will just absorb all the juices. Let's work on our flatbread. So this is what we covered up earlier. I'm just going to turn this over. I'm just going to flour my surface a bit. Remember to wash your hands well. So this is the flatbread that we made earlier. Cut this up into 6 equal pieces. Actually the size is to your liking. You can do it any way you like. Step back. Grab your rolling pin. Flour that also a bit. And just roll it up. As I said, the shape is to your liking, how big or how small you want it. This is generally the size we eat at my house, so that's what I'm showing you today. Flour your surface well so that nothing will stick to the board or to the rolling pin, like this. So just 10 to 12 minutes on this pan. I'm just going to switch this off and set this aside. Add just a tiny bit of butter to it. You don't need a lot. Let that melt. Just half a teaspoon really. Once your pan is hot, just add that. So this is just a regular flatbread. I'll tell you how you can turn this flatbread into something more exciting. Say if you're having some guests over or something. It's more than perfect. Okay, I'm just going to turn this over. See how pretty. These are the bubbles caused by the baking powder. That's why I've added the baking powder, just because it just looks so pretty. Just 2 minutes on each side would do, because we've already sort of watered it down with the yogurt and everything has got mixed. Two minutes on each side is more than fine. So that's what your butter chicken will look like. I'm just going to turn this over to a dish. And that's your meal. So I'm just going to be pig and put this right in. Very good. If you leave me alone with this, I will eat the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Do give it a try. Make this for your families. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Until next time, we'll see you next week on
We live in a country where eating rice is virtually a national sport. So you can imagine why I feel just a little bit let down and a little bit sad that we don't have our own version of a fried rice that we can call our own. Well, yes, we have lump rice, we have yellow rice, we have all these different rice dishes, but we still tend to defer, and revert back to just a Chinese style fried rice whenever we are in the mood. So this is my ode to our culture of eating fried rice. So to start, we are going, of course, to start with my favorite vegetable, ash plantain. Cube, and soon as we're done with that, this is going to get fried up. And again, this is a very rustic dish. There's no fuss. That's not the point of this. So yeah, once that's chopped up, now no skipping this. You actually do need your ash plantain. And the next must-have is potato. Just quickly peel it up, and you're going to cut it to the same size as you did your ash plantain. And you're going to fry them up, but separately, because they do cook at different speeds, so you don't want them both in the pan together, because you're not going to be able to fish them out and separate them. So that's the only part where there's really a little bit of work to this. So we're done peeling it. That same size as we did the ash plantain. It doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same size, like, if they're around about the same, good enough. So I'm gonna whip mine out and get it going. And I'm going to use some clear vegetable oil, so I'm all for it. So I think my oil is ready because I can see it started to smoke. Maybe I waited just a little bit too long. Oh no, it's fine. It's just about right. Yep, and you hear the sizzling, so yeah, so we can go ahead and it's not a whole lot of effort. We can start frying it up. I actually hate frying things because it tends to smoke up your entire house and you're covered in grease by the end of your round of cooking, but this dish is so worth it, so I don't mind in this instance. So now it's getting to the color that we want. Okay, we don't want to get past this point, so we're going to fish it out now. And I know this is really ghetto, but I don't have a slotted spoon, and so what I end up using is a metal tea strainer. And guess what? I think it actually works better. So yeah, just a little kitchen hack, and the potato just goes right in. And pretty much the same process. We're going to fry this up. And ooh, the potatoes are a bit stickier than the ashplantum, which makes sense because they're starchier. So this is going to take a couple of more minutes. So if you want to multitask and be a bit more efficient, here's what we're going to do. So we are going to move on to the next step in this, and that is to get, well, a day or two old rice. And that's the whole point. You use things that are left over, and that's usually how most fried rices are done across the world. And we just empty the rice into a big sized bowl because we are going to have to get our hands in and mix up everything. Right? Here we go. And don't get scared. We're going to go very heavy on all the spices. So just go to town. Just cover it up. There we go, chili powder, and almost an equal amount of curry powder. And this actually, to be honest, may not be enough. So, quick check on our potatoes again, and here we go. Just give it a good mix. And it's going to be extremely dry, so what we'll do at this point, and don't get scared to get hands, you can't really do this with a spoon, you need to get your hands in there. Of course, make sure they're clean. And let's see, I give it a good drizzle of oil, and this helps to coat the rice evenly with all the spices. And yeah, this looks right though. And almost an equal amount of sugar. Don't be scared, it's not going to be sweet. I know this almost looks like a dessert now, but well, you'll be surprised. And of course, salt. Okay, I think that should do it. It looks like our potatoes are getting there. Yeah, potatoes are done, so we're going to switch this off so that they don't get burnt. So here, before these go overboard, we're going to get our potatoes. And we're going to proceed to salt it, just like we did with our ash plantain. We want to do this while it's still hot. Yeah, just give it a little bit of a nice coat, and we just dip it in. Goes in our rice, and use the hands again. It's fine. So give it a good mix again, and you know, I know the spices are raw, but it's still fine to just give it a taste to make sure the salt and everything's on point. Yeah, it does, like I said, taste very raw, but that's going to be fixed when we stir fry all of this. So that's good. We're going to just let it sit here for a while. So here we go. And it's not going to be in there for too long. Yeah, it's done. No, maybe just a little bit more. Right. But like I said, there's a little bit of a special treatment we're going to do to our ash plantain. And the reason is, the way it is right now, the mouthfeel is not that great. I love the flavor, but it really needs to match the crispiness and softness of the potatoes and, you know, the rice, because this is just a little too contrasting. We're going to use some, well, in this case, unroasted curry powder, just to give it a bit of, well, difference to what we're doing there with the rice. And top it off with coconut milk. And just cook it up with a little dash of salt. And all that flavor that's in the curry needs to coat the ash plantain. And I'm just going to chop up some garlic. Juggle back and forth. Not to worry. I think, oh yeah, there we go. Garlic is done. Very rough slices. A little bit more coconut milk maybe. I was hoping to use the same pan to do my fried rice, but some of this did catch the pan just a little bit, so give it a little taste. Need salt. Okay, so this is going to thicken while it stands, so I'm going to take it off the flame right now, and we'll just leave it here. We are going to need, of course, butter, like any good fried rice. Turn it back on. We got our butter nicely melted in our oil, so just one thing left to do, dump our rice. Cook up all the spices, and we're gonna add that beautiful ash plantain into there as well. I mean, honestly, what could be more Sri Lankan than this combination? I really can't think of anything. There's coconut milk, there's ash plantain, there's all the different spices we're known for. But I do tend to like the more rustic rices as opposed to like the really starchy, you know, the milled whites. But there you go. Oh my goodness. Right. And it's done. So this is a great dish for vegetarians, but if you're not, like me, what you can do is add some leftover shredded chicken curry without the gravy. You could add the gravy, again, no rules. The only rules are that you have the ash plantain, the potato. Otherwise, it's a free-for-all. So there you go. There's a chicken Sri Lankan fried rice, and whew, I can't wait to try it. So just gotta be generous with this. And oh yeah. Top it off with, oh, can you hear how crispy that is? With some curry leaves. And there you have it, my version of what I believe is a Sri Lankan fried rice, or what it should be. And you guys should try it as well. So, cheers.